Well, part two, had an alarm going off outside, thought it might have been my car. Even if it wasn't my car, it's an alarm going outside of my house, and I have a baby sleeping, so people bother the fuck out of me. That's why I work with my garage door closed, because otherwise they come in here and talk shit, want to learn about the car and all that good stuff, which is cool, until you got to work on something, and you're like, hey, I'm doing stuff. Alright, so back to this horn. I'm back at it. So, we're going to go ahead and put these screws in like I was telling you. They're longer, right? Those ones hold the bracket that go on to the light post on the front fenders of this 1933 Dodge. Now what we want to do, because we want to make things clean, I told you about that screw originally, that is too long, that, which can be tightened down as much as you can right now. What it's going to do is it'll show underneath the horn when you put the car back, the horn cover on it. I can give you an example of that here in a second. You'll see what I mean. This is the horn cover that goes on it. If you put that on, it's going to cover there, but it's also going to, see a little flying saucer? It's going to show that. Just like the other screws, they're pretty flush. That's the only one out other than these two, which are hidden. And that means that this post is going to hold that thing either this way where it's on the back and you'll see it, or it's going to be on the front and you'll see it. And in this scenario, we're going to make sure it doesn't see it at all. So what you want to do is have a vise, and this vise is old and beat up from Harbor Freight, but it'll work for what we're doing right now, which is just holding this steady, kind of. Bugs will fly in my Prosecco. You want to have a cutoff wheel. Now this drill bit, this grinding disc, is pretty flat. If you got other ones, you probably want to use them, but you know what? This will be fine. It's only a small screw. Nothing crazy. Safety first. Especially with metal, you get metal sliver in your eye, it'll turn into rust. That is not good. Plus then you gotta leave your project and go back to doing other shit. So, woohoo! I tend to always put my tools away. I don't leave them out. I try not to. Everything that's on my workbench right now is stuff that will be used for this project. So that's the way I like to do things in my garage. I don't leave things out unless it's a project being sat out and I'm coming back to. Then it's cool. Anyways, do what you do. Your garage. All right. Whoa. Now, that's cut off. Best thing to do is back it out right now. What that's going to do is take the end threads of the screw, make it nice. There, you tell it's didn't want to come out right. You put it back in right away. See what I mean? Bam, gone. Easy fix, easy stuff, man. This stuff ain't hard. It can't be that hard. Back in the 1930s, these dudes did not have AAA. You 100% had to know how to do this stuff. And at first, when I started working on it, all I could think about was how hard this could be or what I could do to mess it up and not be able to fix it. In honesty, don't think about that stuff, man. Just keep working. Keep going till you're at the point where you're like, you know what, I can't fix it, I can't go backwards, and then take it to a shop or something like that. But otherwise, do it, man. Jump in. The water's fine. You know what's cool is when you're able to do shit that other dudes can't do. And you're over there talking like, man, I can't change my oil. And you're like, yeah, I can change my oil. How about that? Catch me outside. I'll be changing my stuff. Anyways, playing around. So, I don't need those on anymore. It's all back together so far. Now what we're going to do is test it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I cleaned all the rust off of it. I got this thing smooth. I know what you want and he's not it. Alright, so remembering these wires, if you're going to hook it back up, you might as well hook it up and test it. If it works right, I mean, you're already back on it. So remember, these wires go, they don't go like this and it's just hanging off. They wrap around this thing because the wire has to come out where the bracket's going to be. And that bracket, just for you to know, is right here. And that's what I mean. So the wire is going to wrap around here, come out, come, I don't know, go somewhere through here. I know there's a, oh yeah. Yeah, there's a spring right here that hides the wire going into this little brass bracket, chrome bracket. So, aside from that, we don't need it yet. Put that down. Let's get these wires hooked up. Test it out. See if this thing makes some noise. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Chicka chicka what? Yeah, that's gonna be on my fucking video. That's fun. Me just trying to get into it. So, got the wires connected. Let's see if we can make this thing make some noise. Pause. Alright, I'm back. I tried the horn because I had the wires on, had to take the seat out. I figure I'll touch it, see what happens. It went and then it got hot. The motor got hot. It warmed up, didn't get too hot. I've already lit this car on fire once. That was the other day, holding the e-brake on, or not holding it, leaving it on. Caught the rear hub on fire of the driveline, melted a bunch of the old grease from like 87 years of just stuff on it. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. It's fine. The car is fine though. So, one thing I had to adjust on this horn, back to horns here, is this center screw, which if you look in there, you can see it goes right here. You can see my finger all the way through. There's a screw that goes up and down. What you want to do is get in there and clean that really well. So what I'm going to do is, I've already ran a screwdriver in there a couple times, scrape it up, just kind of get some steel wool if you want, or another idea is take a piece of sandpaper, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it until you can't fold, so you get a nice little flat. Stick that in there and let it scrape. It'll be fine if you scrape it a little bit. And I like the screwdriver because it just gets all the years of rust off real quick, especially scratching it. Don't forget to scratch on the screw too. You wanna. Don't blow towards your drink. Okay, so now that that's done, let's see. I had a dude ask me, why don't you start doing this? If you got the horns to work, if you can get them to work, you should start doing it for people. I'd rather people do it on their own. I could do stuff like this for other people, but I want to encourage other people to get out there and be someone. Okay, so. Ah, bitch. I just blew the washer on the ground. Alright, well, that's an easy one. I'll find that later, but until then, let's move on. So, now, there's screws on top of this screw on here. The nut is there. Don't tighten the nut yet. Take your screw and put it down until, let's see if I can get this right. can't drool or dribble or drop anymore. You can never take my pride. There you go. You start seeing the screw in there. You see it? You see it going in and out the center. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get it until it gets tension, and then you're gonna turn it a couple times. Probably go I'm gonna go 2 times, really quick, just to try. Now, that means I can hook this up and see if the wires spark or if they just allow electricity. Because allowing electricity means there's a piece in there that's going like that, and it's pushing away from the other electricity. Because electricity doesn't want to stick to each other, it wants to get away, but when it can't, that's a short. So you can't short it, otherwise that's why it gets hot. If you create an area for it to push away from itself, it's going to go horn. So I'm going to try that. I sure don't know everything I'm doing right now. I just know that I'm trying to figure it out here. So try. We don't need to wash it right yet, but it does need to be somewhat tight. Just tight enough to not be loose. There's a story behind that also. Lots of stories of stuff that happened that I wish wouldn't have happened. I melted the battery cable off because I forgot to tighten the nut on the starter because I was in a hurry to get to a Good Guy show for the first show. Made it one day, made it down there, but long story short, melted the battery terminal off of the battery. This cord, all right, red and black. I'm not sure what's what, but you're gonna find out right now. If it makes sound, you'll hear it.
Are you actually Lil Dicky? Yeah. Oh my god, dude, I love your shit. This is Lil Dicky. He's like one of my favorite rappers.
Oh, you're a rapper?
Yeah. No, he's not a rapper. He's like a fun rapper. He raps about like how small his dick is. And I was gonna play with a little like that.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
He's like a rapper.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah.
He's funny, like everyone says that. Everyone's always like, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, he's not. He's not. Super funny, man.
Thank you.
I put Shelby and my boy on here, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Still no sound. All right. Let's see here.
Hip hop is so much cooler than me. People are so good at dancing, or they've got like the sickest tattoos. Sometimes I wish I could be somebody else.
All right. Let's try again. Push it down even more.
Sometimes I really wish I could be somebody else. Somebody else. Wish I could be somebody else for really young. And on that day, you get Chris Brown to change your body.
Horn's done, and it works. Let's see if we can get a sound out of it with this on it. There's Lil Dicky and Chris Brown. I don't normally like Chris Brown just because homeboy beat on chicks, but hey, you know what? Got good music, and the dude can move. And Lil Dicky's kind of cool too. We'll give him some props. All right, here we go. Listen up. It ain't bad. It works. There you go, guys. That's how you be able to horn. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys checking me out. This is my 33 Dodge. You'll see right here. She's She's all kinds of sexy. But this is me restoring her after 27 years of sitting in a garage. In a barn, actually. And you should be able to get your horns back so you have them, tell people to get out your way, and also people like our horns. People don't like the new horns, they like the old horns. Peace.